Tim Onlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Formula Trout. This will be round 9 at Paul Ricard. Currently, we're waiting for the server to restart so we can get a look at quali. Uh-oh. But that's not good. All right. The server is restarting right now, as I see. Gonna be back. Double header this weekend. First will be Paul Ricard, round 9, followed up by next week at Spa, round 10. As I can't do this. What is this? Can I join the server? We'll try to figure this out. But as we, I guess, continue on. Points as that's now that's playing now. Okay, why is it doing that? Oh, season 12 standings as of just before this round 8 last was Monza. Younger still hold a pretty tight lead on this championship. As I heard something. Younger GB still holds a tight lead in the drivers and constructors champions or teams championships. Nico Bossert 177, a fair bit ahead of his teammate with 139. Cody Lawrence in second. So Cody Lawrence is gonna have to try to claw back that deficit through the last few rounds. I think it is starting to fade away the chance, as they are really now the realistic two main contenders. And I think Younger has the team pretty locked up. Though there's a close battle, Jaden Neal, Felipe Olsen, only 6 points separate them from each other in the standings for fourth. Steve Stevenson's not too far behind. Anton Morel can still try to get past Steve Stevenson. Alex Cochrane on 28 points in front of him. Jordy Lewis and Christoph Bose also fighting for ninth. And obviously a few changes in the points due to penalties and such being applied over the season and such. Also for the constructors, Griffin and DAC Systems fighting, DAC Systems fighting for third. And that semi-close battle between Griffin Gaming Red and close for Griffin Gaming Red and DAC Racing for sixth. So that's your battle for there. Alex, you are in the... Why are you doing that? Okay, we're just gonna delete you. Goodbye. But hello, is anyone here? He's not here yet, but I'm still trying to join the server and it's not really working. So we'll try to figure out what's wrong with that. But live timing wise, let's see what's going on. So I just give you guys some sort of an update. Timing wise, I think so. It was Friday. Go look at the live timing. Go, I think it is. No one set a lap yet. They're all just starting. I'm still trying to join the server. Sorry for the inconvenience. As keep failing to join the server. What is this? What is going on? Thomas Ribery, I think, is setting a lap right now. Lawrence, I think, has left the pits last, I think. Unless he's done a lap already. Yeah, he's left the pits last. So, but everyone is now coming to start their going through their first few laps right now. I think Thomas will be the first to set a competitive one, as he has a purple first second. He's a purple first, green second. See if he can do as. Let's check out what is happening. The server, I think the server might restart again. As alright, so it seems there might be some server issues affecting us currently, so I've been informed. Oh. So we're trying to fix things. Sorry for the inconvenience, everyone. So as we have to go grab something. So quali has not started just yet. We're figuring some stuff out. So, but it should start soon enough, given the time. It seems that we might just having some issues, which is very unfortunate, especially with how excited we all are. Yeah, should be getting going soon enough. We're, I guess, just waiting for the server to restart once again. Right. So, just a few minutes, I guess we have to wait for this to come all back. I think now, yes, okay, server is now restarted. Quali, I think, is now officially starting. So, no more issues, no more waiting around. It is the start of qualifying people for real. A few technical issues happening there, but everything has seemed to work out in favor of us. So, we get to watch a fun qualifying session with a lot of these fast guys in the Formula Trout League. Hopefully Alex will join us soon and unmute. We'll see. As yeah, I can see them on live timing now, all coming out the pits. As I'm now loading into the server, it's finally working. So don't be alarmed. You will be seeing quali soon enough, and soon enough, I think just in a short moment's time. So as we now come to the loading screen, I'm gonna try to switch as fast as I possibly can so we don't miss anything. I hope for no checksums or anything, as nope, we don't get any. Swap over to here. Let's, oh, what is happening? There we go. We'll now swap over. Hopefully this works. To qualifying. Is my mic on? Yes, my mic is on. You're now watching qualifying here from Formula Trout. Finally, after so long. Oh, that's not what I wanted on the top of the screen, but we'll work with it. Cody Lawrence. Yeah, and also, bit of a change here for France. Due to the very smart minds of Blender and of Blender talented people. You know, people who are talented in Blender or some type of 3D modeling program. We have grass now. No more blue and red stripes surrounding the here in the south of France. It is now almost like Magny Core, just without all the elevation. Just pure grass surrounding the circuit. Some of the roads, some of the layouts have survived, but a lot of them are to be seen no more. This layout is going to go into the pits. As we're gonna wait for this leaderboard to start, picking up some times. We haven't seen any competitive lap times just yet. That's Maximilian Younger in the CRG car for this weekend. I think someone is coming to the line. I think this might be our first time this Jungle GP Academy car of Radek. New first race of the season. No, as I was an out lap. He's doing his first lap now. Maybe there's someone behind him. Chance? No, all pitting. Thompson Berry's on the lap though. He has had a purple second in sector as he comes to this long right-hander. Have to kind of go out wide and then just cut back in. Now into this slow left-hander. You have to go much slower than you think, even with these high downforce cars. Into this last two turns now. Long left-hander. You have to keep it left to straighten it out to go through this slow hairpin, real slow in these cars. And to the line, what will Thompson Berry set? Berry sets a 150. Nope, a 130.5. Goes up to 351 kilometers per hour in the speed trap, but spins out over the curb. These curbs here are lethal. I've done a few hot laps myself. As Jay Neal second currently, Mark Levine for, I think that's Dak in third currently. Obviously, probably will change, not to be rude, but Felipe Olsen fourth, Story in fifth, Florian sixth. Maxie and Cody have not set a lap time yet. They're still in the pits, so let's see what they can do later in this session. Nico Bossart's out. So here we go. As we come watch Thompson Berry again. I think he might be going for a second run off the bat. Coming through the chicane where we saw Max pass Lewis back in that race in 2021. Very tight season. Sadly, hasn't been that type of season for us here in Trout. Nico Bossart again leading the championship with a pretty big gap. But maybe some things could change in Cody Lawrence. Some bad luck can fall into Nico Bossart and Cody Lawrence can get a big chunk of points to help him in his quest to maybe have back-to-back titles in the Premier Series. You see, these are your tire choices. Ooh, there we go. C1 to C5 currently. Thompson Berry's on the C2, the second hardest tire, I think. Yeah, he was on the C2. There again, just fuel. He's on the C2, the second hardest tire available. The top 10 have to start on the tire they qualify into the top 10 with, as times now appear. The Thompson Berry, if he qualifies on these C2s, he'll have to start on these C2s, but I think for most, hard tires will be the preferred option. If we can get a car, please. Thank you. So watch Cody Lawrence come around. Maximum younger 30.9. 14 minutes left in this session to go. As 8th place Hamlin, I think, is the furthest on the lap right now. This is what Hamlin? What team is Hamlin in? I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and guess who's just appeared? Alex Cochran. Dak. I get them messed up all the time. Dak racing driver here commentating with me today. Hello? Yes, hello. I think I might have to turn it a bit, but you're here. Are you excited for Paul Ricard? The grass. Yeah, all the grass here at Paul Ricard, giving it a bit more interesting. Can't abuse the track limits now. Ooh, as someone spins coming into the pits. Who was that? That was Nico Bossart. I think might have got caught out by one of the curbs. Again, curbs. They're deadly here. I don't know why, but they are deadly on this version of Paul Ricard. These V12 powered Formula cars do not like it. If you see some more people come to the line, if I can find them on the leaderboard. You go Stillian. 32.6. I think he is improving. As we check, Stillian is not really improving, actually. I think he might be starting a lap. Yes, he is. Behind him is Radek. Will he improve? Not quite. As he's on a 132 flat, and that's a 132.5 that lap. As he is on, I think, the softest tires. Yeah, he's on the C5s, or the hyper softs, if you want to have a callback for 2018. Formula 1 with the rainbow tires. We have rainbow tires here, just like that. As Thomas Berry on the C2s, the white wall tires. Comes to chicane, bouncing over the curb on the exit, but still up. Purple first sector. Losing a bit of time on the exit there, but he is still up by about 2.5 tenths. But that's still an improvement on his second sector as we come into the third sector now. With 12 minutes left to go in the session, let's see if we can extend this pole position. This is his home race. And Thomas Berry has not won a race this season. He's been close, but he's just the younger GP drivers of Cody and Nico Bossett have just been pretty dominant all season and have just been trading wins. With the only non-Younger GP win this season to go to a driver who's not here today, sadly. This man's teammate, Steve Stevenson for CRG. So, currently P2 now, as Jaden Neal takes P1 in this session with a 130.2. Thomas Berry, if he can get pole, it'd be a great start to this race weekend or sessions. And he'll have some great fun watching the F1 quali session later today. Having won a race if that's how the story wants to play out today. But currently he's P2, 130.3, and he's around only a few hundredths behind Jaden Neal with a 30.291. Jaden Neal, I think that's him right behind him. Yeah, it is. But Jaden Neal might be benefiting from a little thing we like to call slipstream. He is within the Assetto Corsa gap of slip. If he's even on the lap, I think he is, but I don't think he is improving. Thomas Berry is improving though. Purple first, Marine second. It's almost repeated, like it is deja vu from what I said last time about the man. Here to some track, he's improving. He's going fast. Let's see if he can make this third sector count. Just put it all together. 10 minutes left to go as he enters these last few corners. Not going into the pits. He's going to take this last corner super slow, full lock into this main straight. Open the DRS wide open. As he comes to the line, what will the man set? He will set up 30 flat, a 1 minute 30 flat, 2 tenths, almost 3 tenths improvement on his own time from the Frenchman here at his home Grand Prix. And Thomas Berry is back on provisional pole. As we have more drivers, I think, yeah. So Cody Lawrence and Nico Bossert haven't set a time. You only see 8 drivers on the leaderboard right now, but Cody Lawrence and Nico Bossert have just not set a battle lap time, and they did here, and so I think they might be starting at the back for whatever reason. So it'll be interesting to see that, as they just haven't gone out. But so as it stands, I think Thomas Berry may have a pretty solid chance to get pole position. As if Nico Bossert and Cody Lawrence are going to set a time, as I think, not to say you won't have competition. Jaden Neal's right there. Mark Levine, good performance from him for Deep DAC Racing in the yellow car, the banana car. The DAC Racing. He's currently in 3rd place here at the French Grand Prix. Mark Levine currently sits 20th in the standings. He's only done a few races, but he has 3 10th places to his name, with 3 points to his name. If he could get a podium this round, it could be a pretty good chunk of points for him. As if he gets 3rd, where he seems to be qualifying now originally, that would be 15 points. So he would be boosted up to 18 points, and I think that would just sneak him into the top 10, right above Christopher Rose. Ooh, as he just said that, he spins out. So he's looking at the standings, and on the grass, and probably back to pits now. He's on the C3 tires, these soft tires. The averages of both compounds available. As we might see harder tires, obviously France is known for how harsh it is. France is known for how harsh it is on the tires in Formula 1 in real life, and in the sim too. So we probably will see a lot of the harder compounds being used this race, as if anyone's improving, as Jaden Neal has just started the lap. As he's now coming into the 2nd sector, which starts at this long straight as he slaps, presses the button to open the DRS. I see Thomas Barry back there weaving to get some heat in his tires as he's about to start a lap. That's over the curb, fully over the curb, just jumps over it. A bit unstable. Oh, as you could hear him, the car kind of getting onto the curbing right there and losing a bit of traction. But he's still up, just very slightly. And I think he might actually be a bit down now. Felipe Olsen is on a flyer, though, as he enters the second sector. Watch what Jaden Neal does, though, in second place currently. Won't seem like it's improvement. Felipe Olsen's at the purple second sector, so he is flying. Oh. This man is flying. Felipe Olsen is flying. I have no other words. He's 5/10 up. Coming into this last sector, Jaden Neal goes to the pits. He's not improving. The Griffin Gaming driver seemed to struggle with these cars a bit throughout the season, but put in a pretty decent lap, I say so, as he's 7/10 up. Let's see where he jumps up to. 4th place. That's a really good improvement, though. Purple second sector, though. That's the key thing I want to point out. As he's now going on another flying lap. I think he's doing... that's impressive. Purple second sector. You know how fast Thomas and Neal are, Barry and Neal are in P1 and P2, so to beat their times in the middle sector, it's just basically the main straight and that long left-hander, but I guess that just means he's fast, actually, now just thinking about it. He has a really good straight line speed. As Thomas Barry sets the purple first sector, as we'll continue to watch Felipe Olsen, as I think that's one of the Academy cars spinning out. And the first sector, yeah, Radic. His first race in the series. As he's slowing down, he's trying to let through. As Felipe Olsen through the last sector now. Thomas Barry, purple first. Doesn't improve on the middle though. I think he is in front, so we'll just watch him come through these final few corners. Just watch Felipe follow him. There's Jaden Neal has crashed with Florian Hamlin. Contact and qualifying for the two. Ooh, that's a really dangerous rejoin from Hamlin. Blocking, I think that was the CRG car, yeah, of Maxi. So that's not good to see, as Maxi's in 5th currently. We haven't talked about that much, so I apologize. Maxi just barely dodging Hamlin there. Felipe in the pits, now leaving again, going for another lap right off the bat. Starting another lap. I mean, like, going out to qualify. I need to improve on this commentary thing, don't I? But yeah, we'll see how this can play out. I think the next car to cross the line is they both pit, actually. I was gonna say the Junior Academy car will be coming to cross the line, but no, he won't. Thomas Barry now will be the next guy to cross the line with valid lap time. No, won't be Stein. He comes to start a lap here in France. Comes to the turn one. Linier's car, Stein. I think he currently sits just out of the top 10. No, he's a bit down there. But he has gotten points. He got a 10th place in Hungary for Lioneers, his teammate. He sits a bit above him with an 8th place, beating him out. But he does have a few points. He does have a singular point to his name, but 7th place does seem like a good position to qualify, and with how this race is going, I think he could get a decent amount of points to help him move up a bit. With the top 3 currently in pits, but Mark Levine is leaving. So what follows him is Cody Lawrence and Thomas Barry. So is Cody Lawrence finally going to set a lap here in France? Coming 9th. I think. So he is out and about, just doing a prep lap, out lap, Like maybe I don't think. Maybe he'll just go back in. 2 minutes to go on the C2s. He gets a lap if he wants to, but it'll be pretty much a one-shot chance for the American driver, and I think his teammate is not even out too. His teammate is sitting in pits. Nico Bossert. He's sitting in pits, yeah. So let's see if they'll try to climb it. They have to, right? As Hamlin spinning on the main straight, it seems. Bit of an awkward place to spin. As he's now on C3s. Wait, no, C4s, my bad. Wait, wow, I get myself confused with how the colors. I don't even know them for how long we've been doing this season. So, guess we'll do a refresher then. C3s, I was right the second time. From the middle of the road tires. They're kind of just average. So, not too soft, not too hard, just right. He's on him, setting a lap most likely when he gets around the track. A minute left, he will make it in time. And did Cody ever set a lap? Lawrence is going around the track. Oh, whoa. Libby Olsen just going straight off. I thought my internet had just died. I thought my internet died and all the cars were just flying off in random directions like they usually do. And AC, but no. I think that's Felipe Olsen done with qualifying. Straight off and back to pits for... As he's in P2. I just realized he's in P2 with a 30.2. So, good qualifying for him. That's his qualifying over. Mark Levine is on the C4s now. Second softest compound available, just under the C5s. So let's see if he can do something about Felipe stealing his P2, and Jake Neal has gone into... Jake Neal is still in front of him as well. On C2s. Mark Levine on the C4s. Let's see what he can do. His outlap right now, as he'll head on to his proper flyer. As we'll go on board with the DAC Racing driver. As we're on overtime now. And we'll follow him, see how he does. This is the first corner, very technical section in this first sector. Really slow, he's going all over these curbs. See the apex, just about dodges that curb, but all over the exit curb. Really tricky on-throw application through this left-right S section onto the main straight. DRS open, you want to make sure you have enough downforce for those technical bits, but not too much downforce where you lose out on the straight line speed. In this main straight as he brakes, hits the apex pretty well, turns in for the chicane. Seems to get a pretty decent exit. The sector does not reflect though. He has improved as Jaden Neal's crashed with the environment, it seems. He's back to pits. So, that's his quali over. Mark Levine, the last one to set a lap time. So good we got on board with him. Mark Levine, personal best second sector. He's up, but not by too much. Was that a decent corner? I wasn't paying attention. I was just, for a split second, missed the corner because I was going to have the delta time. Then we come to the second to last corner. Keep it left, keep it to the left, and then hard lock it right. Make sure to get a nice smooth exit. Slam the DRS open. What will he set? Mark Levine with a 129, 130.4. He does not improve. Fourth position is where Mark Levine will stay. But Thomas Barbieri, your home driver, to lead them off at the lights here in France. It's a really good result for Thomas Barbieri in pole, and the younger guys of Cody Lawrence and Cody Lawrence, Nico Bossert not setting a time, so we'll have to see how they play out, how this plays out at the back of the grid. So yeah, they're just gonna start at the back of the grid, and we'll have to see if they can make up those positions in the race. So if Alex is still here, are you still here, Alex?
Hello.
Any predictions for the race? I'm thinking Thomas Berry with the younger cars in the back could be on for a pretty good win.
Yeah, he has a big advantage, obviously, as long as he can keep it on the road. In the last few rounds, he's made a few mistakes or been involved in incidents with others. So if he can get clear of Olsen and Neil at the start, he might be able to build that gap. And then if he can stay out of trouble with traffic, especially, and stay off those killer curbs, he should be able to. I don't want to say run away with it, but I think it would definitely be a favourite for the win here today.
Yeah, Thomas Berry has been very close to getting wins and has been consistently up there with the fastest guys. Just hasn't really played after him yet. So, I think someone just said they're behind the safety car. Is that true? I think on the leaderboard it might say I'm behind them. They're behind me, but that's fine. They all be well. But yeah, Thomas Berry, I think he's on for a good shot of the win. The only non-junior GP win this season was his own teammate at the start of the season, with Steve Stevenson winning at Portimao, and we remember, and if anyone saw that race, a few mistakes from the younger guys, a few mistakes from Bossard and Cody, which led to Stevenson getting one very close type battle. I recommend people go rewatching that race. Very cool battle for the win. Very cool switching back and forth with the DRS. But as they all line up in the grid now in AC, and as we get off the grid with my back to pit button, we're going to have our grid for the race. Thomas Berry on the pole position. Felipe Olsen with a season's best of P2 in qualifying. I think obviously a season's best for Berry in P1. Jay Neal in P3, Mark Levine P4, Maximilian Younger, his teammate to Thomas Barberi in CRG. P5, Redick Rokichik in P6 for Jungle GP Academy. Cyprian Stone in 7th, Florian Hamlin 8th, Lawrence 9th, and Nico Bosser 10th on the grid. Back at the grid for the Jungle GP guys. Let's see if they can fight their way through and, I guess, fight for this win against Thomas Barberi. As how long till the light sequence plays out? Not too long at all, only just a couple of seconds. We just wait for the lights to come on now. Is Alex still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
As they're revving the engines and the lights now come on for Seta Corsa. Thomas Berry, pole position. I'm pretty sure not the first pole, but we'll have to check. But as the lights come on here at France, Berry on the pole. Can he win his home race? We'll see when the lights go out here for Paul Ricard and Formula Trout for the Premier Series. As they rush towards turn 1, Thomas Berry seeming to get a decent start off the line. And still seeming to get a decent start. I think a bit of minor caution in the back, but he is leading this race out of turn 1. I think that's one of the younger cars getting a position or two, not only just one. It seems Felipe Olsen keeping his P2. Mark Levine losing a position to Maximilian Younger. Losing a position. I think that's the younger GP Academy car of Rodick falling behind just a tiny bit, losing those positions. So you now come onto the main straight here in Paul Ricard as they rush down now to the chicane. I don't think anyone's going to have enough of a run to make a move. Besides, back there, what did I just do? As yeah, Cyprian on the Jungle GP Academy car. As he gets the move done and is able to keep going side by side. No, the Jungle GP Academy car is coming back for the final few points positions, but he does make the move work and get ahead fully. Cody Lawrence already up to 6th place. Ooh, that's Maximilian Young. Thomas Berry off That's Thomas Barberio from the lead of the race. I thought that was his teammate. But that's him off on lap 1. What a shocking, as he got a solid start off the line. But it's seemingly a mistake, maybe hitting one of the curbs and just not being able to catch it. He is off to the grass and now he's all the way at the back of the pack. Now Felipe Olsen leads this race. We may not get another CRG win, we may get a gripping gaming one this season with Felipe Olsen leading this race. But Jaden Neal and Maximilian Younger are right behind him, and well, right behind them, well, Mark Levine, is Good Lawrence and Nico Bossert for Younger GP, and well, they hold all the races bar 1 at this point of the season. So we'll have to see how this plays out. So now coming to the line, coming to the chicane, they hit a speed trap, 338 kph for Felipe as he hits that speed trap. Through the chicane, 7/10, roughly 6/10 the gap to the car behind him. So he's in DRS. Ooh, it's the Jungle Cars coordinated assault against Mark Levine. I think they're going 3 wide into this long left turn. I think that's Cody Lawrence having to back off. His teammate getting the better of him. Nico Bossert leading the championship. Not currently leading this race though, clearly. But still behind Mark Levine. They couldn't get past. So Mark Levine on those C4 tires may have a bit of a pace advantage compared to these guys and a grip advantage. But those tires will fall off faster, and maybe he might even be able to hold up these Junker cars with the guys in front. Whether that's whether he means to or not. But still, these younger cars still fighting to get past the DAC Racing car. As, I thought he was trying to squeeze them. No, they're going still side by side into turn 1. It just plays out around the outside. It goes Nico Bossert, but Cody Lawrence just not close enough to get a run and do the same as Mark Levine onto the grass. Just a bad exit out of the second turn, and it falls behind Cody Lawrence. That's the first wall of defense out of the way for the younger GP cars. Lap 3, they've overtaken Mark Levine. What lap will they overtake Maximilian Younger in the second CRG car? And this guy now, and Maxi, well, he's on the chance for a win here. Jaden Neal and Felipe Olsen are going to start battling in the front. But also, he probably doesn't want to let those younger cars by, as well. They're probably just going to pull away, as Pierre in a stronger position, 2 against 1. So maybe he can help us get a non-younger win again this season by holding them behind. As Cody Lawrence, I think, and Nico Boss were just battling for a sec there. Seems everything is as it seemed before. As Felipe Olsen and Jaden Neal are right close to each other. The DSC Systems car chasing the Griffin Gaming car for P1 in this race. Felipe Olsen, what's his best season? Felipe Olsen in 5th place right now, trying to overtake Jaden Neal. This is the fight currently in the championship. They're fighting for 4th in the championship. 6 points between them. As Jaden Neal thinks about the inside, doesn't go to the inside, stays behind, can't get the move done. But like I was saying, this is one of the key fights in the championship. Fighting for 4th place behind the clear top 3 of Nico Bossert, Lawrence, and Barberi. Jaden Neal and Felipe Olsen have been fighting for this 4th, have been really close throughout the entire season. Jaden Neal has had the slight advantage with the 2 podiums he got at Great Britain, at Silverstone in Hungary, at the Hungaroring, so he is just, but still with Felipe's pretty consistent results, he has been able to stay with him, and only 6 points separate the two for 4th in the championship. And right now they separate each other from their first wins of the season, and for I can't speak, Jaden Neal, his first race win in Trout ever. So we'll have to see if Jaden Neal's willing to get his elbows out for the race lead here at Paul Ricard. But as I say that, both younger cars pass Maxi. They're past the next wall, and now one of them is on the podium positions. And, oh god, and they're not too far behind. They're already catching up. So maybe Felipe Olsen and Jaden Neal might have to put the difference aside right now and just focus on these younger cars catching up to them, as they are in the much stronger position. Again, like I was saying earlier, coordinated, 2 against 1. 2 will always win when it comes to racing. You can do coordinating, you can give each other slipstream, you can defend for each other, hold people up. It's just much easier to control your race, and just when you have a teammate who's right up there with you. Max Verstappen cannot relate to that, with Yuki qualifying P18 in the sprint. But hey, Yuki got points today in the sprint, so... But enough talk about F1, back to track. As we pass the Ferris wheel there, as I just noticed, there's a Ferris wheel here. Wow, okay. But as we come to the chicane now, Jaden Neal thinking about a move. No, he stays behind, but oh my god, look how close those younger GP cars are to our leaders. As I think they'll have to just... I think they can't fight. They cannot fight Jaden Neal and Felipe Olsen. For both these guys, this would be where if it finishes right now, if we have a random red flag for whatever reason, this would be their season best finish for both of them. P2 for Neal and a win for Olsen. And flip it around, it'd still be the same case scenario. Best season result for each of them. So I think they might want to lay off each other a bit and see if they can keep these younger cars behind, or if they do get past eventually, maybe try to keep them close and beat them on a pit stop strategy. The tires will play a crucial role here at Paul Ricard. Obviously, this track in F1 for the years it was in there was known as a tire killer. Mostly due to the heat and how long a lot of these corners are. You're really putting a lot of strain on the tires in these like very slower technical corners. Obviously, the more you turn, the more wear you're putting on the tire. So as they're coming to the first sector now, this must be pretty hard on a full set of fuel for these guys. I used to do a few hot laps with this car and try to get a feel of what the drivers are kind of doing during the lap, and this on the default. Oh, is Jaden Neal around the outside, maybe coming into the chicane? He does. He gets it done even before the chicane, and Jaden Neal takes the lead. Oh no, Felipe Olsen just a bit too trigger happy on the throttle and loses the car, and onto the escape road he goes, down to 6th place for the Griffin Gaming driver. Now he has lost his chance at a win. Maybe not. Maybe some bad luck can hit these younger GP cars. And now Jaden Neal, DAC Systems car, is our last hope right now. He's currently leading this race all by himself, but adds a scary sight to see in your rearview mirror. 2 younger GP cars in your rearview mirror is not that fun to see. And it's all on pure pace for right now. No pit strategy comes into play. No pit strategy coming into play. But as Jaden Neal sets a 32.4, he has set a faster lap time than the both of them. And that's with them giving each other slipstream and all that, and having the DRS. Good to see. As Mark Levine, still in the C4, is chasing Maximilian Younger in the CRG car. CRG, where did they sit in the standings? CRG 175 in the team standings, and Maxi, if I had to check, is currently 12th in the standings with 2 7th places. Only recently replaced Steve Stevenson in that second seat as... Ooh, Nico Bossert passed Jaden Neal. That's one passed. Will the other get passed? Or maybe we'll see Jaden Neal fight back. It's going to go down the inside to this right-hander. Down the inside, still going side by side. And he gets back past the younger GP car. So he gets ahead once again. And is able to keep his lead. So now come to the last corner. I don't think he's going to be able to send it back as Stoyan passed the Academy car, the sister team to that main green liveried generation team. Pioneers now 6th. It'll be a good chunk of points for him. But Jaden Neal is going to have a tough and stressful race from start to finish now. As Thomas Rivera's DNFs. a pole position to DNF is not what you want to see. It's a shame to see that from him. Hopefully he can get it better in the next race at Circuit of the Americas. No, Spa. Circuit of the Americas, the 11th round. Spa next week. It's a doubleheader. It's a back-to-back chances for glory, but sad to see him DNF, especially at this track. Oop. As, again, here we go. Cody Lawrence. Is the Cody Lawrence? No, Nico Bossert. The leaderboard's messing up. Nico Bossert passed Neil for the lead. And now Cody Lawrence, will he get the chance again, or will Neil come back at him once again? No, I don't think Neil's close enough. He is not. Neil sticks behind. Now slipstream to get side by side once again. And Neil is chasing the Jungle GP car of Nico Bossert, and now defending at the same time from Cody Lawrence. 8 laps in, these Jungle GP cars may already they may have already started to run away with it. Nico Bossert is not over second yet, as Cody Lawrence, look how close he is to Jaden Neal. 2 Americans fighting for the win, not win, P2 right now. So let's see who can get the best of who. Cody Lawrence still falling a bit behind. Losing a bit of time, but still very close. Looking at the DRS is Jaden Neal is not too far behind Nico Bossert as well. Let's see if we can get a good exit from this S section. DRS still being available to 2 American drivers against Nico Bossert. There's Neal. He's getting a slip. He's getting a pretty strong slip. Down the inside. No. He just doesn't think it's worth it. And he stays behind. But Neil just has to stay within that 4 to 5/10 range to stay within the slipstream and within the second to stay within the DRS, which I think he's doing a pretty good job of, but it's going to be difficult with sections like these coming up. Super long right-hander, just kind of rolling the car through and making sure you get smooth qualification out of the corner. So he just needs to make sure he can keep up with Nico Bossert, which is definitely a challenge, but I feel Jaden Neal can do it. Come on. We're going to the last corner now, fully locking the car to the right. Make a smooth exit. DRS should help him keep in touch. Short straight, but should just give him enough. Jaden Neal's getting a faster lap time last lap too. DRS probably helping with that, but still. We'll be faster turn 1. For Bossert. Mark Levine gets the pass. Maximilian Younger on those C4s. Maxi is on C3s. Let's see. Oh, Mark Levine doing a bit on the grass there, it seems. So let's see if Mark Levine can keep it ahead of Maximilian Younger for P4, just outside the podium positions. The slipstream coming to play, maybe just a bit with the DRS. Maxi down the inside, he outbrakes himself though. Some flashback from Monza, it seems. He misses the corner. Most likely have to let Mark Levine by. As he will do. Back to the rear of him. Yeah, he got sent on from Jordan Lewis, sent it on Maxi, and I think he might have learned a trick or two. Sending it on Mark Levine. He just outbroke himself without missing the corner, just like Lewis did, but maybe he can make it work next time as Hamlin has come into pit. He was on the C5 tires. So yeah, now he's going onto a pretty hard set of C2s. So, from the softest to the second hardest. We come back to this lead battle. The three-car battle for the race win right now, as I think Hamlin will spun out. But I have even to Neil, he's keeping up with Nico Bossert, and I think if he can play his pit stops right, he could still have a chance at this win. He may have to risk it a bit. Maybe trying to get an undercut, trying to get an undercut on Bossert. If he performs, ooh, I thought there was someone spinning, but that's just the corners previous. As Jaden Neal really close. Really close. Oh, breaking himself even. Messing up his lines with his chicane. 6/10 back. Still very close and still chasing though. But even closer is Cody Lawrence, your season 11 champion of the Premier Series, your last season Sprint Series championship. If I remember correctly, only driver to do both win the same like consecutive Premier and Sprint Series championships. So no slouch for this American's no slouch. Number 11. Become 2 being straight. Will we have enough of a pull from this short little DRS straight to get ahead by turn 1? Stoney gets past the Turn Speed Academy car again. Seems we have a pretty close battle back there. But no, not close enough. So yeah, I think for these guys, pit stops may make the difference. Cody Lawrence very close, 5/10, much closer Neal than Neal is to Bossert. I'll see 35 laps in this race. Oop. 35 laps in this race. They cannot do. When it's the halfway point, going to be around 17 laps, 18 laps. So maybe the first pit. So roughly, I think on the C2 tires, the pit window will probably be around lap 16 to 18, maybe 19, depending on how soft they want to go. I do assume they're just probably going to go one step softer onto the C3s, the yellow waltz tires, for their second stint. But these tires have seemed to hold up decently well. We'll have to see, however. Nico Bossert still taking purple for sectors, is why I say that. They've been still pretty much pushing a lot of straights, and they are going up on their personal best deltas consistently enough. So Bossert again is up on his personal best delta through the first sector, but Danielle being able to keep up, and so was Cody Lawrence. What's really keeping them in this fight are these DRS zones. They're able to just use that slip to keep up just enough to where they can follow him throughout the entire lap. But if they want to get that move done, they're going to have to find some extra space somewhere else on the track to get even closer. Preferably, that first sector is usually a pretty good run from that S section before the straight to get a move down to the chicane. So you follow these three in the last sector. But that battle's still going on. Jaden Neal, very, very close. Alex, are you still here?
Yes, yeah, watching quite intently.
Could you commentate like for 5 minutes?
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Everyone can hear me on my fantastic quality microphone. Yeah, I'm race directing today, so I'm not speaking as much as I normally would be of a normal microphone. But been following the race kind of intently. Obviously, this battle at the top 3, very, very close for the last 14 laps. Bossert and Lawrence both starting from the back and fought the way right up as someone hits down the field. That moves Storian and Olsen up. Obviously, Olsen recovering after that early race spin. Was Neal. I'm on a little bit of a delay, I'm afraid, because I'm watching Angels. I'm watching the actual stream and then commentating. So bit more of a radio broadcast stream here. I'll be watching the live timing. We'll do my best to commentate on what's going on and keep an eye on the pit stops, which is obviously going to be starting to happen about now. Lap 15 out of 35 about to come up. Under half distance. These guys running the C2 tyre, which I expect is the harder tyre, so they might be taking these to about lap 20 or so. The stream is a bit all over the place. The cars are not drifting around the corners like that, I assure you. They are a lot more settled. These RSS Formula hybrid cars, as they just are about to come into the end of the first sector onto that straight. All very close yet again. Looks like Jaden's had quite a messy exit this time around. Nearly dropped to a second of Bossett in front. Was the servers are very inconsistent, so apologies for that. Those are watching on the stream, but Neil holds on for another, well, for this part of the lap. Obviously, not as good as an exit. He nearly dropped a second behind Bossett, and he would not have the DRS if that was the case. I think as long as he can stay within that 1 second of Bossett, he will be able to keep Lawrence behind. But if he drops back, I think Lawrence will have him, because Neil's going to be feeling the tyre wear. Lawrence will be feeling the wear as well, of course. But Bossett in front's had clean air for the last 5 or 6 laps, and when the tyres are starting to wear, you really start to feel it. You can see Neil dropping back a little bit further. Yeah, looks like Lawrence could be about to line up a move in the next couple of laps.
As a return, still how it was. But pit stop should be happening sooner than later. Lap 16 out of 35.
Yeah, I think, well, these guys are on the C2, aren't they? So I'm presuming they're going to be going to the C3, so lap 20, I would guess. Although a few guys further back have already pitted. Levine's still on the C4s, so he's pretty happy on the softer tyre.
Yeah, I'd assume maybe C3s near the C4s may degrade a little too fast. I haven't done obviously any testing with them myself that much. But the C3 and C2 have been a pretty prominent compound throughout the season. It seems their tires, but maybe the C4 could come into play, as it seems their tires have. It seems their tires have been pretty decent. Obviously, up to this point now, Nico Bossert stops upping his delta and doing purple first sectors, but. As he comes to the line again, lap 17. Anyone will pit this lap? No. We are past the pit entrance. Now it's coming down the main straight. 1, 2, 3. And to turn 1 single file. As no one has pit just yet in this race. We may see some soon. I think our first... Oh, it's Mark Levine. They're just about to go on to him saying he might pit soon due to his tires being C4s and being softer. Comes into the pits. 17 laps, Mark Levine was able to make it on these C4s, but now let's see what tires he will go on. Maybe this gives us some indication how long you can last on the C4s, around 17 laps. Honestly, 17 plus 17, you need 17 plus 5 to make 35. 17 plus 17 is, what? I cannot do mental math. 34, but it's 34, so you'd add 2.5 to get 35. So maybe C4s could be an option for these guys. They'd be in the C5s, I think that might be a little too soft, but C4s I think maybe the realistic option. There's basically around 17 laps left to go in this race.
Yeah, looking at the other cars, I think it's a certainty. We've seen this strategy before in previous rounds, C2 to C4. I think as the fuel burns off that, it does give you a few extra laps on the tyre.
And we're going down the main street once again. So, obviously, I think we kind of know what tire's going to go on. It's just who's going to stop first out of these three. Because obviously you don't want to pit too early, as you make your stint a little too long and then get caught up at the end. But you also don't want to stay out too late, or else you'll just get undercut. As Maximilian Younger pits, what will he pit on to? C3s to C2s. He started on the softer compound and now is heading to now first sector. So Maxi on the harder tires going off the softer. 18 laps on those C3s. So I think it actually made so Mark Levine did last around the same time on the C4s. Could have Maxi stayed out a bit longer on the C3s? We won't know now as he's pit. But
it's a very messy last lap for Bossett there. Quite a few off his delta. It's Neil and then Lawrence right behind. I'm surprised one of them hasn't pulled the plug yet and decided to quit. I feel like they're all going to just follow each other in, which isn't the most exciting.
it was Nico Bosser defending there. Cody Lawrence locking up his tires. Jaden Neal maybe finally starting to think about making a move. Nico Bosser real close. As this looks so strange with all grass. I just have to say, very cool this is all grass. I feel it does look a lot better. I was skeptical about the grass, but it does make it look a lot cooler. It makes it look like a lot less like a test track, more like a proper racetrack. We come through the final turn. That's Mark Levine sends it into the not Mark Levine.
Oh yeah, that's Neil into the pits. So Neil pulling the plug. Don't know if that's the right phrase, but whatever. Yeah, the two younger cars staying out, which is really surprising. I mean, it makes sense that the same team would go for the same strategy, but I can really see with this helping Neil if he gets that undercut, if he gets a clean outlap. Just check the. Might have got a penalty for speeding the pit lane there, but on track at least they're going to be battling, I'm sure.
Or C1s.
We'll see about the points afterwards. C1s.
C1s for Mark Levine. I mean, the Mark Levine, Jaden Neal. Why? Why are they even making that mistake? But as Philippe Olsen pits, he is on the harder C2, second hardest. What will he go on to?
I can definitely see these C1s being faster than the one C2s, but faster than C4s, C3s, definitely not.
As he goes on to C3s. Felipe also in a fresh set. He a bit behind Mark Levine and Macmillan Younger. Maxi really pit. Cody Lawrence, Nico Boschett still need a pit at around 24 seconds. The both of them are ahead of Jaden Neal as that's Bossert throwing himself into the pits now. And the C3s, what will he put on? Come to his pit box. Stops right on the lines. Maybe fix some damage for a bit longer than expected. But there you go, C3s. Gets on lap 21 and now all that's left is Cody. Jaden Neal just not coming out, but I don't think he'll reach Bossert. Yeah, just a little too far from Bossert. But the C1s are an interesting choice, like you said. I can't see these being faster. I guess his strategy is he's hoping on they just don't wear like the softer tires do.
I mean, Jaden's just lost 2.5 seconds in that pit stop, and now he's on the slower tyre. So I can't see him even catching up. He's out of DRS now. Lawrence is surely going to pit in the next lap. He's going to go on a similar set of C3s, and even if he matches the previous time, I'm not sure Neil's going to be undercutting, setting faster lap times enough to be able to.
Ooh, that's someone off. That's who's that off? That was Florian Hamlin off. With Cody Lawrence into the pits now? Or no, he stays out.
Maybe C4s for Lawrence, so he's just staying out a bit longer.
Maybe he's trying to go into the C5s,
That would be a bold strategy.
Yeah, 20 seconds now. The gap is between Nico Bossert, now less even. So I feel this may have not been the call. To be fair, 24 seconds between Bossert and Neal, and Bossert was a good ways ahead, so maybe you need around 20 to 18 to get ahead on the pit stops. But we'll see if it works out for Cody, as Bossert again, fresher tires, so he's just catching up and slowly but surely knocking a few tenths at a time off that gap. As Cody Lawrence coming through this last sector now. 17 seconds from Nico Bossert. Just under 18. 17 and a half now roughly. It's fluctuating. Do you think he'll get it ahead?
No.
Because now he has to pit. If he doesn't pit, I don't know what his strategy is. Yes, he flies into there. Cody Lawrence, provisional race leader, but now he pits with 17 seconds to his teammate. It's looking to be like a 1-2 for Younger. It's just who's going to be 1 and who's going to be 2.
It's interesting, though, because he stayed out so much longer. Where will he come out compared to Neil?
That's what we're going to find out. Because I think Neil is just about to come through the main straight. That's Bossert now. Rushing against the pit line, and Bossert gets ahead. Neil on board. He just seems to leave the pits. He has a much faster run, though. Oh, just not enough. Not enough for Neil. He was so close. To be fair, I think of... Oh, that's a car. Middle of the road. Maybe scared Lawrence a bit. But these are new tires for Cody, so you just have to get heat into them. As he'll have DRS Jaden Neal. I don't think it's as bad as we thought it would be. I think it's going to be a pretty easy pass. American on American violence right now. Jaden Neal passed Cody Lawrence for P2. Now, can he make up 6 seconds in this amount of laps? Just under 12 laps. And 5 seconds, 12 laps on these C1s that shouldn't wear out. The pace-wise, they're not going to be as fast as Nico Bossert's C3s, but still, they shouldn't wear out as fast as Nico Bossert's C3s. So I guess, yeah, that is the gamble. He's hoping that those C3s will eventually wear out and he'll be able to catch up by the last few laps. But that's not going to happen. Cody Lawrence is still this close. Jaden Neal as he's going for a move once again. This is what Jaden Neal doesn't need. He doesn't need battling with Cody Lawrence. He comes to turn one now. Jaden Neal is behind again, but he should be able to retake that position with a good, healthy DRS straight coming up. That just depends there if he can stay close within this section of the track. Seems he's pretty strong at. Lawrence gets a purple first sector. Yeah, Leo is just not close enough to get ahead. So maybe now it's Cody Lawrence. Cody Lawrence drags along Jaden Neal to go catch up to Nico Bossert. Maybe that's a viable strategy? Who knows? We'll have to see how this plays out. Under 11 laps now. Coming to 10 left to catch Nico Bossert, the man in the lead. It ends like this. With another Nico Bossert win for the season. I think that would be his 6th win of the season. Alex.
Yo.
Do we know what the most amount of wins in a season is?
Question. I guess I would say it's Stevenson maybe in season 10? Or even Mirati. There's been a few very dominant seasons, so I need to get back to you.
Yeah, so if it ends up like this, 6th win of the season for Nico Bossert, really putting, obviously didn't start the start of the season with a win. Had a bad race in Austria, and then 2 second places after that in Portugal and Las Vegas, Sin City. But after that, it's just been a constant streak of wins from Silverstone. And again, if it ends like this, up to now. As that gap hasn't really moved in that last lap. The gap from Lawrence to Bossert. Well, it's the gap from Neal to Lawrence has. Maybe C1's wasn't the move to go for Neal, but we'll have to see how it plays out till the end. Never say never. But he has a slightest bit, 5.8 now, but Neal is 2 away, so I don't think he's dragging Neal along anymore, sadly. But if Neal won't have a chance, I think Cody Lawrence may still have a decentish shot catching up to his teammate and making the move stick for the win. Cody Lawrence's last win this season was all the way back in Portugal when he was fighting Barberi and this man himself, Nico Bossert, for the win. And with some contact from Barberi and Bossert, he was able to get past and secure that win. But since then, it's just been podiums for him and 1/8 finish at Silverstone with a bad start. With an incident, but besides that, so yeah. So if he's able to catch back up before races end and make the move on his teammate to get a 3rd win of the season, he would be happy with that.
Olsen with his recovery very close to the back of the Levine now. He's going to get P5.
Yep. He also passed Mark Levine. Man, he was leading the race at the start. But his mistake is now in 5th. Shame to see that happen. He could have been up there with Neal, I'm sure of it.
Just after looking in the history books, season 7 was the number of most wins by Schilder. It was 8 wins in the season.
But how many?
Behind that is 7 wins with the last couple of seasons. I think Maradi, Stevenson, both scoring 7 wins in their championship seasons as well.
What season had the most, like, the longest streak of wins, I guess? What's the longest, like, consecutive streak of wins?
Asking a lot of questions there. I think that could be Schilder as well. I think there's around 5 win streak or so in the middle. I'll check for you.
Wait, what was the longest consecutive streak of wins?
So far, I'm looking at Schilder with 5 wins in a row.
Oh, so Bossert, if he wins here in France, he would tie that.
Oh, it's actually Steve Stevenson in season 10 who won 6 races in a row.
So never mind, he would be 1 away from tying the record. Let's see if Nico Bossert can get close to that record of 6 wins consecutively within the season. Wilson still ahead of Mark Levine. Cody Lawrence has gained a bit of time to his teammate, but not so much where he's rapid firing these laps. Now he's not catching up 10th per lap, but he has shrunk. As we come with 7 laps to go in this race. And 6 to go. Cody Lawrence has actually get a bit of time. He's now, I think, about to just... Oh, never mind. Cody Lawrence just about to be under 5 seconds from Nico Bossert, as Bossert just laps the Academy car, their sister team. And Cody Lawrence might do the same in just a few even corners time. Let's see what happens. You know, the time raises once again. We cross the line. It'll be 5 to go in this race. Moving along the way. Nico Bossert. It's the fast lap with a 1:30.7 in comparison. Qualifying with a 29.9 for Paul, so he's getting up there.
So it's such a strange scenario in the pit stops where they were really close before. You had 5 tenths between them, and now it's 5 seconds. And it's almost like every single car that were together made the wrong choice. You know, Neil pitted early enough to be able to undercut, but picked the wrong tyre. Bossert stayed out. Oh, sorry, yeah, I just saw it in a second. Bossert stayed out, and then just got lucky, obviously, because Neil chose the wrong tyre. And Lawrence, who was also behind and basically had nothing to lose, also potentially being able to undercut, just did the opposite and decided to stay out another 2 or 3 laps. So almost every car making the wrong choice there, and it's ended up with the gap being much bigger than they were before.
Yeah. Wrong choice for Neil. Could have staying out a little too long. Chase could have played out way differently. Obviously, with those incidents early in the race, like Bavarian, Olsen too, that could have played a factor, as well as Alec to see that. But still, a very commendable race from Franklin. But still, Lawrence setting decent lap times, but yeah, I just think he won't be able to catch up. He's got around over a second now. He has to do every lap to catch up, so I think Foster has this in the bag unless a mistake comes up. Hamlet on C4s. I think he's got to get lapped by. Yeah, he will get lapped by Cody Lawrence sooner than later. Cody Lawrence has lapped the Academy car, his sister team. Cody Lawrence about a lap. And gets it away. Off. 3 laps to go. Fawcett still leading this race. Well, pretty decent gap. Not to say anything. Commendable effort from Bossert. From the back of the grid, too. P10 to P1. Just slide through the field. Other than mistakes, he didn't. And it's a commendable effort. Cody Lawrence still chasing his team. Mosser is about to lap, I believe. Sickening Stallion of Line Years Racing fame. He's actually a bit further than I thought. But he will, I think, lap him before races end. Wilson sets a personal best. And Mark Levine sets up 33 flats, just like actual flat, .000. second to last lap now. We're just gonna see, but basically just gonna see if Foster can lap this Lioneers car. Only a couple tenths behind, probably around a second behind, gaining. Just came out. And car 7th place, so point for him. Point for Super and Stonian for Lioneers. Should help move a few positions up in the standings. The boss are just chasing him. Looks like seeing if he can lap him. Blue flags hasn't appeared for him just yet, though. He might do now. This is really close. Inside the track, and that's Stonian lapped. Going to the last lap of the race now. Final lap here with a much more grass-ridden, grassified Paul Ricard. Tony Lawrence is around 5 seconds behind still. He thought staying out a little bit longer could help him have extra tires to catch up by the end, but it just didn't seem to work out. And Jaden Neal took a gamble with the C1s, but the C3s just didn't degrade like you expect them to, and getting stuck in third, but still Jungle 1-2 from starting P9, P10, so that's a good one there. Also DNF from Thomas Berry, pole position for this race at his home race, but sadly was a DNF on just a few laps, and a mistake on lap 1 cost him the lead. So it's a shame for that to happen, and hopefully he can come back at the Spa. Also Spa, last season, Thomas Berry won in amazing fashion with that 3-wide finish, and hopefully we can see that next time at Spa, another 3-wide finish on the last lap. But today, we're at France. Today, we're going to watch Nico Bossert in pretty dominant style, from back to grid, win his 6th race of the season as Nico Bossert crosses the line to win here in Paul Ricard in pretty stylish fashion. But Lawrence makes it a 1-2. Jaden will cross the line in just a few seconds and make it another 3rd place in his long season. I mean, that is 3rd podium of the season as well. I think that'll make it 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th 1-2 for Jungle GP this season. So it's the 5th 1-2 of the season and the 6th win for Nico Bossert in Jungle GP. Everyone leaves the session. Nico Bossert coming around. Looking around to the end of the line. Maxi being chased by Felipe Olsen, but he's just not able to catch up to Felipe Olsen. And Maxi takes 4th, just finishing outside the podium. Felipe is in 5th, and Mark Levine is in 6th. I think that's everything done. Only one DNF this race, sadly, from the pole man himself, but hopefully he'll come back stronger in Spa, where he's shown great success before. So your winner, Nico Bossert, coming into the pits. Well, that is race over. So, I guess, what did we think? Not the most exciting race. Maybe at the start.
No,
But
drivers didn't want to. They didn't want to put a good race on. They were just like that. 5 tenths now, 5 seconds.
yeah, but still very commendable from Nico Bossert. A solid performance for Jungle GP once again. Another win to the books. Another 1-2 to the books. record-breaking season, maybe? Maybe. As we do have 3 races left to go. Spa doubleheader next weekend, but right now we're in France. Maybe some people want some interviews. Obviously less drivers than usual, but maybe someone want to get dragged in. Yes. We'll drag in P2. Cody Lawrence for GP. Hello.
Hello there.
Not the most exciting race, but a bit more chaotic from the start for you from starting in the back. How was it?
I was hoping it would be more interesting for you guys, but it was just kind of DRS train after about lap 7. I went a lap too long on that C2. I thought I needed a bigger offset to challenge Nico, and I think if I gone into 21, I could have been with him at the end. I don't think I would have overtaken him, but I would have been there, and when you're there, you have a chance. So on my end, that's my mistake. Things went a little bit better, I guess, in terms of what I've been struggling with, so that's a positive. After that, I mean, yeah, good win to Nico. Jaden did a good job for P3 there, and it's a pretty straightforward race.
Yeah. Well, again, yeah, win for Nico. Another 1-2 for you guys. It could be a record-breaking season. I think Nico could tie most wins in a season. Alex, if you want to do some more data checking, how many 1-2s in a season?
Good question. That'll take a little bit longer to look. I'd have to get back to you for the next round.
Yeah, pretty
Record-breaking season.
Yeah, dominant season from you guys. Only one non-Younger GP winner this year. This season, being Steve Stevenson back in it was Red Bull Ring, if I remember correctly.
Steve versus myself in Red Bull Ring, and then Steve versus Nico in Las Vegas.
And Steve was the only non-winner. No, Steve was the only non-Younger GP winner of this season. So, and he hasn't raced in a while though, sadly, but still, this is seeming to be like another Max Verstappen, a type of Max Verstappen season for Younger. I guess what do you have to say about that coming into the last stretch?
We'll see how last couple races go. Try to see if we can pick off a win at some point on my side. That's going to be the goal now.
Yeah, Portugal last win. From there on, it's just been podiums and not so good start at Silverstone.
Unfortunate, yeah. But thanks for streaming. Appreciate you guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on
Well, we got Vegas. We'll see how it plays out. We've got Miami qualifying going real life, so I'll let you guys go ahead and jump over to that if you want to watch it. So feel free to cut it here so I don't go too much longer.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say last question. Thoughts on Spa double-headed weekend? Obviously, 1 week to practice for it. It's a well-known track though, so it shouldn't be too much for issue.
Yeah, hopefully we have some fun with that. So
have another 3 wide ending for us in store.
Maybe. You never know.
All right, well, I'll let you go watch F1 Quali. Goodbye. Go to Lawrence.
All right. Thank you guys for streaming once more. Have a good one.
And lastly, really quickly, we'll do Maximilian Younger for CRG. Hello. Maxi. Not the most interesting race, especially in the latter half, but still a good result. Points on the board. And an unfortunate DNF from your teammate.
Yeah, I'm sorry for my teammate. I think it's one of the first DNFs he has this season, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. No, Vegas was also a DNF.
All right. Well, anyway, he's been doing really well, so it's a shame to see him out. But I'm happy I could pick up some points. Like it's the best result so far of the season, even though it was really lucky with some of the front runners having issues. But yeah, I'm happy that I got some luck for once, because I felt like the last 2 races that I did, I got a little bit unlucky towards the end of races. So this time it went well.
Yeah, I think it was a P6, if I remember correctly, right?
P7. I felt like
a third
it was
one.
Supposed to be P6.
A third P7 in a row. That should...
No, this is a P4. I finished P4.
P4, yeah. What do I say? P4.
Yeah, I finished P4.
P4, so that should bump you up into the top 10.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm well into the top 10 at this point. yeah, which I'm happy with,
More-
given I've done 3 races so far. So
Bumps.
pretty good.
Yeah, I think you got 4th place. That gets you 8 points. So
Now it gives me 12.
4th? Oh yeah, 4th. 5th. Yeah.
Yep.
4th gives you 12, so it's just 12 times 2, and that's 24 points. That bumps you up into above Alex. Bumps you, I think, right?
Oh.
I think it bumps you above Alex. Yeah, it bumps you above Alex.
Above
Or-
Alex Cochran, who's
you
in
pick-
this
Yeah, you pick him for 8th.
channel right now. Oh, well. Alex, did you hear that? It means I'm better than
No.
you.
So disappointed.
Yeah, well, drive faster.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah, but not the most interesting race, but hopefully you know about interesting races at Spa. Last season, season 11, 3-wide finish.
Very exciting. Yeah, I remember commentating on that, and that was pretty insane to watch that. So I hope we get another race like that next week.
Spa doubleheader, only
Doubleheader.
1 week to practice. You've probably been practicing both, maybe-ish, but still, doubleheaders are still very tough, so
Yes.
let's see how that plays out. Hopefully another 3-wide finish or an interesting finish to I guess offset this being pretty, honestly, not that interesting by the end of it, but yeah, we'll let you go watch F1 quali now. You probably want to go watch F1 quali like everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Goodbye. And that is it for us. Thank you everyone for watching. Not next week, actually, not anymore. This coming weekend, Spa Francorchamps. I think that's how you pronounce it. Round 10 of this season. 2 more rounds after that, USA and Brazil, but we're going to Belgium this coming weekend for a doubleheader. Spa, we had a 3-wide finish last season. Maybe we'll have another one again. But we'll see you then. But for now, we're going to head out and go watch the F1 Miami qualifying session. So we'll see you all later.
And it's go! Away they go, in front of the field. Oh my goodness, and Tim Unlu goes over a 10th of a second fast.